Whether you're buying for yourself as a treat or somebody else, Christmas is the perfect time to buy some PSVR2 related items. Whether it's the headset itself, if you're willing to go completely outlandish in price, a game or two, some accessories, some physical games, or you're just looking for something to show off to your friends and family when they're over for Christmas, today's video is all about that. I did one of these last year and it was received really well, so I'm excited to be back and tell you which games, some the same from last year, a lot different, and accessories you should be looking out for Christmas 2024. Before we do kick it off, and look though, only 25% you are subscribed, so please feel free to sub to the channel if you feel so inclined and like PSVR2, because that's all we do here. And thank you to our patrons and YouTube members who support the channel. Anyway, let's go. Let's kick things off for the games that you want to show off when you're in a family gathering for Christmas, or you're with your friends and they ask to go on the PSVR2 and you want to show them something either really easy to pick up or truly stunning. For easy to pick up, I'd recommend the classics like Job Simulator. I bet so many people on this game, and it's just really easy to get to grips with. There isn't any locomotion, the mechanics are simple but really fun, and it's got a good sense of humor and does look very sharp on PSVR2 despite being quite old now. For a similar style of game but a bit more spooky focused, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is a fantastic shout there. Again, no movement for the majority of the game modes, especially for the replicas of the actual knights from FNAF 1, 2 and 3. And if you're in a room full of family or friends, you're bound to get some really good reactions from this one. And again, I've put loads of people on this countless times, straight off the bat with no experience of VR, and it doesn't give them motion sickness, but it does scare them a lot. So if you want to get some good reactions, Help Wanted is what you want to be looking for. If you want to add some locomotion into the mix, Switchback VR is another horror-focused title that'll get some good reactions and does actually look very stunning now after its update late last year. Bonus points if anybody in the room is a fan of the Supermassive Dark Pictures games, because there are a lot of callbacks and locations and characters in Switchback. It also now has a horde mode, which is very easy to pick up and put anyone new on it. Switching the tone a little bit, Kayak VR Mirage is a visual marvel. It looks fantastic. There are 5 locations to explore. The music is serene and the locomotion isn't too bad. Just avoid putting anyone on this game in the stormy conditions, because that will probably mess them up. Most maps though, say Antarctica for example, in the night and day, are smooth, serene and easy to handle for people who may get motion sick. It's also really easy to pick up and go with because you're just using your hands as if you were paddling in real life. If you want to take things a step higher and want to show something absolutely fantastic, there are a couple of levels in Red Matter 2 that if you've completed the entire game already, you'll be able to load back to put people in, like looking at Neptune, which are simply stunning. Although if the person on the headset wants to walk around, this will be a little bit more straining in terms of locomotion. So those are just some ideas for if you're in a room, in a family gathering, and you want to show off the PSVR2 and either show something easy to pick up or show the best capabilities of the headset, then I'd say go for some of those. But what accessories should you pick up for somebody else who has a PSVR2 or for yourself? Well, kicking things off is the sponsor of today's video, and not just today's video, they are a channel sponsor overall. All you guys who are regulars know them, I love them, it's the VR Rock lenses. VR Rock make custom prescription lens inserts for PSVR2 and other VR headsets. If you're shopping for someone with a Quest, they also do those, offering non-magnetic and magnetic options with blue light filters and anti-glare filters. Even if you don't have a prescription like myself, I still have some just to keep my actual PSVR2 lenses completely scratch free. It's just giving that peace of mind if the lenses do get scratched, I only have to replace a £50 or £30 pair rather than the whole £500 PSVR2. So please check them out in the link in the description below, and thank you to VR Rock for being the paid partner of today's video and a continued supporter of the channel. I absolutely love mine. In a similar vein, comfort kits, like for example, the one I use is the VR Cover Comfort Kit, which includes a top head strap and some fabric to absorb sweat on the back and front, I found to be a lifesaver. It kind of saves the material of the PSVR2 a little bit more when you're playing those more intensive games, and it also means that your head is supported properly, and once you've adjusted the head strap to where it should be, it'll help you find your sweet spot because it'll just be locked in there every time you put the headset on. It's also a game changer with over-the-ear headphones. If you're struggling with looking up and down and having the headphones kind of slide about a bit, the top head strap will kind of act as a buffer and keep them in place, which I found to be a game changer. If you're willing to go above those two in price, the Globular Cluster mod I haven't used, but I've heard raving reviews about it. It is apparently an absolute transformation in terms of comfort if somebody you know or yourself are struggling with the comfort on the PSVR2, so take a look at that. For somebody who also has a PC and the PSVR2, consider the PC adapter. This will allow you to play an entire Steam VR library worth of PCVR games simply by plugging in the DisplayPort, USB and power into your PC, plug in the PSVR2, install the software, and you're ready to go. The PSVR2 is now a fully PC-capable headset, so I'd say that's a great choice that wasn't available last year but is this year for people who have a PC and a PSVR2 and haven't got a PCVR headset. Speaking of headsets, but for audio only, the Pulse 3D headset or the Elite are both pretty fantastic. In terms of ergonomics, they fit the PSVR2 exactly, but I would recommend getting a top head strap, again just to stop them from sliding around, but I really do love mine. The audio experience is just fantastic compared to earbuds. But what if you want to get a nice physical game for somebody as a gift that works with PSVR2? Well, you can take the long route, and to be honest, I don't think these would really arrive by Christmas, maybe a couple would, but investigation further into where you live would probably help with this. But you could look at Perp Games. They do a lot of physical versions of their games, like Madison, for example, Happy Funland, all got physical releases, but if you're really going for the easy ones, and you're sure that your gift recipient hasn't played them, the top 3 games physically to buy that you can actually get discs of would be Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 8, and Gran Turismo 7. These are all fantastic PSVR2 games, the best of the best, and I'm sure they would make a great gift because they are highly regarded in the PSVR2 community. They are very popular though, so just make sure that whoever you're buying for hasn't already got them or played them in the past. If you're willing to get ahead of the game though, Hitman World of Assassination is getting PSVR2 compatibility with a £10 upgrade next year. So as long as you kind of explain that the game can't be played in VR until sometime in Q1 next year, that might be a nice gift as well. That will require an extra £10 upgrade fee when the PSVR2 upgrade comes around though, but it still would be a nice gift. Finally, what if you're looking for some games to really dig into over the holidays? Well, I've got you covered. A recent release is Skylancer's Behemoth. I just wrapped up the playthrough of that yesterday on the channel, and I absolutely loved it from start to finish. It was just fantastic. It was a little bit shorter than advertised, but to be honest, I felt it was well-paced, engaging, gory, and fun. Especially if you like Shadow of the Colossus, you're going to get some similar vibes here. So that would be a recommendation if you want to dig into a game over this holiday period. If you've got a PS5 Pro, I'd now recommend Vertigo 2. It runs really, really well, native 90 on PS5 Pro. On the base PS5, it's still good, but if you're susceptible to motion sickness, especially incurred by choppy frame rates, you'll probably be affected by this, and I wouldn't recommend it too much. But it's an absolutely brilliant game. Despite being indie, it's pure quality, it's really fun, the story's great, and it has a lot of variety, so I'd recommend that. And if you're willing to wait a week or so for the impressions to come out about Alien Rogue Incursion, that's another game that is coming out fairly soon. A lot of people are excited for, so maybe you want to wait around and see if that is worth picking up as well. I sure am excited for it, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that one. Okay, well that will do us for today. From games to show off to new people who've never tried the headset before, to accessories to get for people, to physical games, to games for yourself for the holidays. Those are my picks for Christmas this year. I'm sure everyone in the comments will have a lot more to say about it and give a lot of recommendations. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members who help keep the channel going day after day and week after week. Thank you to VR Rock for being the paid partner of today's video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.